drugs, giving very potent opioids to children, of which the Canada.ca website says very clearly a few grains can kill you. Is that appropriate?
So, Mr. Chair, my colleague did ask this question before, and I believe we've already tabled all the proofs on safer supply, and I'll be happy to table them again for further reference.
That's not the question, Minister. My question is do you think you should be giving an incredibly potent synthetic opioid, of which a few grains can kill you, to children? Yes or no? Simple.
Everyone has an opinion about Canadian federal politics.
Oh, yeah.
MP Ellis ices Addiction Minister SAKS' crazy wacko drug policies.
We're going to start with questions now, beginning with the Conservatives for 6 minutes. Dr. Ellis, please.
Thanks, Chair, and thanks, Minister, for being here. You know, one of the things we say in medicine is primum non nocere, above all, do no harm. Perhaps you could table, actually not perhaps, we'd like you to table the data from which your government draws its information to tell us and Canadians when you're going to end this dangerous experiment.
I thank the member for his question. As he's aware, and I'm happy to table here, all data of our programs and the evidence that we have collected from our SUAP projects and other interventions are available on our website. We're happy to table them here. I'm not really sure what you're referring to in terms of an experiment. If the colleague could clarify, please.
Yeah, thanks very much, Minister. I appreciate that, because those were the words of Dr. Hanley, that this is an experiment. That's the original motion here, that the decriminalization of drugs that you're doing hand in glove with BC and the so-called safer supply is an experiment. So could you actually table with this committee the official government data to show that the so-called safe supply saves lives?
So the BC dashboard is available with all of the evidence collected today within the first year of the pilot. We're actually coming to the first year anniversary since the BC government requested the exemption on decriminalization of personal possession. All of that data is available, and we're happy to table it. However, as the colleague well knows, this is a 3-year pilot program.
Clearly, Minister, we know that the number of deaths every day is going up, now stands at about 22 across our great country. When will you end this dangerous experiment?
The question is, how will we continue to save lives? That is my answer to when we will.
I'm sorry, Minister.
We will not stop providing
I'm going to interrupt you there, because my question was 22 people are dying every day. That's increasing. Everybody here knows it. Everybody across the country knows it. That is getting worse. When will you decide to end the dangerous experiment?
My answer will be that we will never stop providing medical health care services and interventions to those who use drugs and substances. Every life loss is one too many.
Excuse me, are you suggesting that the so-called safe supply is a medically necessary and a medically proven therapy?
Suggesting that the entire comprehensive approach of a continuum of care, which includes a wide range of medical health services and interventions, is something that we are fully committed to save lives in this country.
So, Minister, I guess what I hear you saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, but is there any evidence that could possibly exist that would make you end your dangerous experiment? Even though the numbers are getting worse every year, you're not stopping it. You're telling us it's going to go on for 3 years. Is there anything that's going to make you stop the dangerous experiment? You're harming people.
The reality today is that the illegal toxic drug supply is pervasive and deadly, and I do not see any government stopping in its efforts to save lives from what is such a dangerous and pervasive illegal distribution of drugs across this country.
Minister, even though you know it's harming people from the studies that are out there, science, that you're going to continue that harm. That's what you're telling Canadians.
Evidence of overdoses today shows that the majority of overdose deaths are from the illegal toxic drug supply, and we will continue to fight and save lives.
Minister, just a little demonstration. We talked about decriminalization. This is not drugs. This is actually sugar. This is 2.5 grams. Realistically, the density is about the same as fentanyl. For Canadians out there to understand that this is 2.5 grams. And we also know very clearly that from...
Point of order.
Ms. Atwin, on a point of order.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm just wondering about the use of props in committees. If you could rule on that, please.
Okay.
It is not.
Okay. I'm advised that the rules regarding the prohibition of props also apply to committee, so I would ask you to refrain from that, Dr. Ellis. Thank you.
Well, I certainly would like to challenge the chair on that, Chair. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. We know that from many other committees, props are more than happy to be allowed in every other committee. I've been at Natural Resource, National Defense last night, Natural Resources early on in the week this week. Props were used, and this is an absolute travesty. We know that simple allowance to use props in committee has been something that has happened across a multitude of committees, many that I've just named, and your ruling, sir, is absolutely incorrect.
So it's a non-debatable motion, a challenge of the chair. So the question for the committee is whether the ruling of the chair shall be sustained. So the ruling that I made was that we are not going to allow props today, or ever. Please conduct the vote, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Otwin?
Sustain.
Mr. Hanley?
Sustain.
Mr. Juari?
Sustain.
Mr. Pawlowski?
Sustain.
Ms. Sidhu?
Sustain.
Mr. Ellis?
Against.
Mr. Kitchen?
Against.
Ms. Goodridge?
Against.
Mr. Majumdar?
Against.
Madame Larouche?
Pour.
Mr. Johns?
Sustain.
Seven yeas, 4 nays.
The ruling of the chair is sustained. Dr. Ellis, you have 2 minutes and 18
Point of order.
seconds. Point of order from Dr. Kitchen.
Point of order. Mr. Chair, can you provide for this committee the actual ruling of your ruling, exactly showing us where it says in the books?
Smash the like and give us a subscription. We love making these videos. They're wild. Let's get back to the show.
And in the orders, that's exactly for committees, please.
Dr. Ellis, 2 minutes and 18 seconds.
Well, thank you, Chair. You know what? And it's interesting that during this committee, we know very clearly that from the Canada.ca website, a few grains can kill you. And we know that that's true. And that would be simply a small amount of sugar if there happened to be any on my desk, a very tiny amount. And I guess the question is, do you think that that is appropriate, Minister, that now we're going to prescribe that to children?
I believe the colleague's question was also asked during a previous committee meeting to one of the officials, and what I'll say is that the decriminalization pilot is, first of all, anchored in reducing the level of stigma of those who use drugs to ensure that they get to treatment and access and care.
It is giving giving very potent opioids to children, of which the Canada.ca website says very clearly a few grains can kill you. Is that appropriate?
So, Mr. Chair, my colleague did ask this question before, and I believe we've already tabled all the proofs on safer supply, and I'll be happy to table them again for further reference.
It's not the question, Minister. My question is do you think you should be giving an incredibly potent synthetic opioid, of which a few grains can kill you, to children? Yes or no? Simple.
Each physician works with their patient on the treatment protocols that work best for them. That is a very unique and important relationship that
Thank you
every
very much,
patient should
Minister. I
have.
appreciate that. Doctor-prescribed opioids are being sold on the streets. A Global News reporter was able to buy 26 tablets of hydromorphone in East Vancouver from the so-called government taxpayer-funded safe supply. Total price is $30, about $1 a pill. When you saw that report, what did you do, Minister?
I'm aware of the concerns about diversion. I've said it in this committee before, and I will say it again. Diversion is illegal.
Action did you take? What did you do?
I'm happy to answer, Chair, if I'm not interrupted.
Yes,
Thank you.
please go ahead.
Since I'm aware of the physician's letter, I've actually met with the expert physicians who submitted the letter to me, and we also conducted a roundtable discussion with them, with department officials on January 30th, and we continue to consult with them on ensuring that we safeguard prescriber interventions that are safe.
So, Minister,
Thank you.
what I heard you say is you had a couple of meetings and actually did nothing about it. Well done.
That's the last question. Go ahead and answer it, and then we're going to move on.
In addressing the toxic overdose, toxic illegal drug supply, to my colleague, I say that we need to use every resource and tool we have available to us and continue to consult with experts, including those who have concerns about prescriber models. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Minister. Next, we're going to go to Ms.
Everyone has an opinion about Canadian federal politics.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to wrap it up right there, guys. That's enough of that. Things are bad in Canada, it would seem. There is some hope right there, but right there, there's also hope being drained. It's tough. Like, subscribe, share, get notified, all those fun things. My name's Aaron. This is Canadian Looney, and things in Canada are loony these days. Our dollar is at oh my goodness, what a mess. Thank you for watching the video. We'll bring you another one very soon. Check your next one. Thanks. MP Ellis ices Addiction Minister SAKS crazy wacko drug policies.